Good evening. Time is 6:30, almost 1 minute to 6:30. And oh, it's past. Okay. The thing is, what we're gonna do today, evening time. Today's morning we looked at a little bit of getting familiar with the intestines, but evening times, sunset, physiological difference, um, is quite different place to place. What gets spoken, who's going to be in the room, who is listening, all of that makes a difference in how things are showing up. Also, evening times, um, what people have eaten through the day in my environment, and how is our state of health and what each of us have been doing through the day. It's not just what people around us have been doing, but what each of us have been doing also affects our physiology. And if we've been sitting a long time, then that affects our evening physiology versus morning. And we are paying attention to intestines in taking care of the health of the intestines. So I invite you to bring your attention to your abdomen and notice any sense of warmth about your abdomen. As you're breathing naturally, your abdomen is likely to be moving in a particular manner. Notice how does your abdomen move? Now, if it is difficult for you to feel the movement of your abdomen, pay attention to your abdomen in terms of softness. That has it be easier for you to notice the movement of your abdomen because softness and warmth may be some of the features that then has your abdominal experience have more, well, I can't say tangibility, but more feelability. Yeah. And pay attention to all the areas of your abdomen. If you're noticing softness and warmth in one area, try and notice the entire area of your abdomen, right from the lower part of your rib cage all the way to the upper part of your pelvis. So that's a whole lot of area. And you may or may not be able to feel all side, left and right sides equally. There's a difference here. I've named a difference here. The left and right sides are of are innervated also by your nervous system differently. In Ayurveda, they call it as the Ida Pingala, but there are the left brain innervates the right side, and right brain innervates the left side. It's some of the kind of references. So when you pay attention to your abdomen, the entire area of your abdomen, you may or may not notice a difference between the left and right sides. And that is okay. A lot of us may not be spending our time paying attention to the nervous, to how our abdomen feels. Often we feel our abdomen when, say, there is certain gurgling, or there's certain discomfort, or there's certain bloating, or any pain, or itching, or any of that sort. So a lot of us don't spend our times paying attention to our abdomen. And a lot of us may not be healthcare facilitators to pay so much attention to our body because we may be busy constructing or looking into electrical works or looking into computer works or just cooking food, taking care of children. Health facilitators have the human body with greater interest than construction people, security people, or other professionals. So It may not be common. So it's okay if you cannot feel your abdomen in the left and right differences and many such details. But being able to feel your abdomen gives you an advantage of being able to notice when you're healthy versus when you're not healthy. You can catch the symptoms before any symptoms becomes a disease so bad that you need to go to a doctor. You can catch it before it becomes a pain or something so significant that it incapacitates you, that you need to take time off. And that might reduce the time that you need to spend, that you might be spending in earning an income. So your downtime reduces when you can pay attention to your body. Right now, you're working on the abdomen. If you're going to show up regularly, then different parts of the body gets taken care of, and you would be a little more aware of your body, such that we have fewer downtimes, lesser downtimes. And that also translates to everyday earned income, the amount of income each person earns. Yeah. So bring your attention to your abdomen again, because today's is about intestines. Yeah. And your intestines is about the region of your belly button. So if you don't know where your belly button is, place your hand on your abdomen and feel a dip in your abdomen. That's about where the belly button is, your navel, belly button. And being able to feel it may not be an everyday activity. But with your finger, you'll be able to notice where is your belly button. Okay? And around that region, inside your skin, inside the tissues of your abdomen, around the belly button, is where your intestines are. Okay? And what we are doing is slowly being able to take care of our intestines with just awareness. A lot of time, just being aware itself is a step to taking care of that part of your body. Okay? Awareness is key to letting you know how things are, and then you can be mindful of different aspects of different parts of your body. And then further, it becomes possible for you to appreciate what's happening in the present moment. Yeah. So these are kind of stages. It takes some time for us to be aware of them in present moment, where being aware of your body 24/7 has many advantages versus just functioning like you're an instrument and you're just going about doing your activities like you're like a part of a whole system, where your body only counts to the point that you're eating food, or you may be mechanically functioning, versus when you're being aware of your body on a 24/7 basis, you're likely to feel more alive. And there are multiple benefits from being aware. You would feel less mechanical, less just another part of a system. You're more likely to feel part of a system in a contributing manner, and how you matter. You're more likely to appreciate how you matter, and also consequently how the system appreciates you. Otherwise, you're more likely to feel a little mechanical. Some of the things that's some of the things that I've noticed as I've been facilitating health on clinic, in clinical work, off clinic, and everyday interactions. So this is something that I've noticed. Okay. Now, sometimes disease is also maintained because you think you're just a mechanical part. You don't matter. You're just a part of a system. That also tends to kind of sometimes show up as a disease. Yeah. Or just not feeling well enough. Yeah. Like you're just a part of a machinery. So if any of that is your experience, these lives, I do one between 6 to 7, morning and evening. So do join. And if this is of value to you, then you are more aware, and the more aware you are, then we have fewer health challenges at least. And health is wealth. When you're taking care of your wealth gets better. And when your wealth gets better, while you're taking care of your health, chances are your wisdom gets better. Because how you maintain health is also how, over time, you maintain wealth. And there's a certain, and what you do, what doors you open, or rather, what doors you knock versus you don't even think about approaching them, changes. And then how you show up. And then what becomes possible. They all change once your relationship with your health improves, and consequently your relationship with wealth. Health is wealth. So we are in different stages of just noticing that. So again, I invite you to bring your attention to your abdomen in terms of warmth of your skin of your abdomen. Notice in terms of the softness of the skin of your abdomen. So we have two signals, so to speak, warmth and softness. Two aspects by which to feel, two features, warmth and softness. And notice, how is your abdomen moving while you're breathing naturally? Now, the movement of your abdomen may be slightly different than that of your chest, where your lungs are in your chest. So how your lungs move, and consequently how your chest moves, may not be how your abdomen moves. There would be a difference. Pay attention to any difference you notice between how your abdomen moves and how your chest moves. Now, this may sound repetitive, but maybe it takes a little while to be able to feel into this difference. And chances are your abdomen is less stressed, less tense, while you're noticing the difference in the movement of your abdomen and your chest. Because you may not be familiar with feeling into the movement of your abdomen and chest every day. Evening times may be less usual, because you're more likely to maybe walking, talking up with friends, or eating, or any such things. Evening physiology would be different from morning physiology. So try and pay attention to the region about your belly button, which may be moving differently than the other parts of your abdomen. Your belly button has a different tissue composition than the other parts of your abdomen. Now, when you're paying attention to the warmth and softness of your abdomen and how your abdomen is moving while you're naturally breathing, you are likely to then be a little more aware of parts of your abdomen. For example, I mentioned a slight difference maybe between the left and right sides of your abdomen, because the nervous system is slightly differently innervated between left and right. So that may be technical details. But if you can be aware of the left and right sides of your abdomen, that is along the midline. So there would be maybe a hairy line sometimes. Yeah, males and females. You might notice when you say 6 packs, 8 packs, 10 packs. So there's a certain midline. So left and right sides, you would notice these bulges. So that's also kind of talking about abdomen has muscles in a left and right sides variations, or so to speak, arranged in the left and right sides, yeah, along a midline. And you're likely to notice any form of difference between the left and right sides of your abdomen itself. Your abdominal, it's not just about abdominal muscles, but your abdomen itself may be felt slightly different, maybe. There may be more weight in the muscles of one side of the abdomen versus the other. Okay? Now that would take a little finer appreciation of how you notice your abdomen. And again, warmth and softness of your tissues will help you feel the muscles of your abdomen a little more better. So warmth, softness, moisture also may help, but that would be additional maybe if it's not going to overload your awareness bandwidth, yeah, so to speak, because you have to pay attention to now three things. No, warmth and softness, and there may already be movements happening, yeah. So you don't want to overload your awareness bandwidth. Now, try and notice, continue to try and notice any sense of movement about how your abdomen is moving. Yeah, okay. Try and pay attention to how your abdomen is moving. And this time, a little more in terms of left versus right. How is the left side versus the right side? And when I'm saying in terms of warmth and softness, there may be several kinds of movements. Now I'm adding another variable here. Several kinds of movements may be a lot more information because every muscle moves in its own time, kind of. Yeah, the lower parts of your abdomen and left versus right may be moving slightly different than the middle part of your abdomen, left versus right, may be moving slightly different, the upper part of your abdomen, left versus right. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, okay. So if all of this seems a lot, then gently just notice the skin of your abdomen. Just the skin of your abdomen. Front, sides, back. Simply notice the skin of your abdomen, and chances are you're also likely to notice how the skin moves. Because your body may be moving front, side, back. Because you're an alive person, so there is likely to be movement, one or the other kind of movement. Just the skin, yeah? So when you're more appreciative of how the movement of your skin is, chances are you breathe a little deeper. Because your chest region is above your abdominal region. And when your abdominal region is more relaxed, chances are your diaphragm relaxes. And when your diaphragm relaxes, your lungs and parts of your body above the diaphragm also relaxes. Now your diaphragm is in the lower part of your rib cage. When your abdomen relaxes, no matter whether or not you know where the diaphragm is, all the chest region relaxes. And chances are you breathe a little deeper. Now that in itself may bring some relaxation to the internal organs of your abdomen. Just paying attention to your skin in terms of warmth and softness, in terms of movement, noticing the movement in the front, sides, and back may in and of itself bring a sense of relaxation about the region of your abdomen, but also internal organs of your abdomen. And internal organs could be the intestines, there could be the kidney, there could be the liver, there could be stomach, there could be, well, when I say intestines, there's small intestine, large intestine, there's a pancreas, there's a spleen. Yeah, there's a whole lot of mesentery. Well, okay, there's a whole, so mesentery is, which it's kind of like a network which holds your intestines in the front. So the mesentery is kind of like the back, and holds the whole system together. Yeah, it's like a, how do you say? If you're going to hold something in your hand would be like the mesentery, so to speak, and the thing that you're holding on your hand would be like the intestines. Yeah, so to speak, kind of. Yeah, at least if you're going to look at images of the mesentery, that's what you're going to find, or something like it. But it's a whole system. But let's just say there are many, many organs in your abdomen. Yeah. And when we say abdomen, we are talking about the region below the lower part of your rib cage and the upper part of your pelvis. Yeah, the region above your pelvis. So it's a whole lot of area. So every now and then, if you can just relax in this manner, which is by paying attention to the warmth and softness of the skin of your abdomen, as while you're paying attention to the movement of your abdomen, the natural movement of your abdomen while you're naturally breathing in the front, sides, and back. Excuse me. Just relaxing in this manner may in and of itself have you be healthier. Because what you're aware of, or rather, how you relax while you are just taking a break from work or just sitting to just catch a breath, if you do this, you're likely to breathe a little more deeper, because when your abdomen is more relaxed, your chest is likely to more relax, and you're able to probably be able to catch your breath a little more easier. And you may require a shorter break, maybe over time. Yeah. And this is something you can do while you're working too. Okay. Slowly. Why I say this is, when you're aware of your body, you're less likely to get into trouble. You wear an apron or a coat. Yeah. Those who do wear an apron or a coat, people who work in the kitchen, for example, may wear an apron, or who are in the lab. Yeah. Or who are taxi drivers, yeah. So those who wear a coat, yeah, of any kind, or wear a uniform, when you're more aware of your body, you're less likely to get into trouble, because you're more likely to take care of what you're aware of. When you're aware of your body, you're less likely to do something risky, because you know where your hands and legs and different parts of your body are. So you're likely to maintain a certain distance from something that is harmful. Yeah, or that could potentially hurt you. So because your nervous system, your body is more aware, because you spend time paying attention to your body when you're resting. So if you continue to do this while you're working, you're less likely to get into trouble and make wiser choices. Okay? Because this is like natural protection. Because you are important enough for you to pay attention to your own self. When you're paying attention to your own body, in terms of warmth, softness, and natural movement of your body, you tend to become important, or just as important as everything else you do in your everyday life. Like, for example, the work you do, the people you take care of, the institutions you take care of, you're more likely to be aware, and you are likely to be just as important as everything else you take care of. Yeah. We tend to take care of other things, people, and systems, but we sometimes tend to take care of ourselves somewhere down in the list. Yeah, like somewhere back. And we sometimes then go to a doctor, do an annual checkup only when you get into have pain, or something is not working, or you're not able to function as much. That's when you sometimes go to a doctor or get a health checkup. Yeah, this way you are making sure you are not getting sick, or you catch a sickness before it becomes so worse. Why is it important? it helps you to continue functioning with lesser downtimes. And then over time, the treatments that you may already be going through has its own benefits if you're going through any treatments, any health maintenance practices. But awareness lets you make choices which may not be available to you right now. When you're more aware, you're more in the healthy people bracket than the unhealthy people bracket. Like if there is a set of people who are healthy and there's a set of people who are unhealthy, you're more likely to be in the healthy people bracket. And then what healthy people do is different from what unhealthy people do. The kind of actions they do, what choices they make, what choices are available to healthy people is different from the choices that's available to unhealthy people. Okay? So, on this note, I will pause for now. Yeah, little at a time. So continue to pay attention to warmth and softness of the skin of your abdomen in terms of the natural movement they make in the front, sides, back. Just be aware of the skin of your abdomen in terms of warmth and softness as your abdomen naturally moves while you're breathing naturally. Front, sides, and back. Yeah. All right. And notice how that affects your breath, because that would be an interesting dynamic. How that continues to affect your breath and how you breathe naturally, or how your natural breath deepens. And it may be pretty fascinating if you can notice that change. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this has been of value to you. Good day.